You look like you're asleep. You need Rice Krispies. Can you hear it?
I can hear the sea.
The sea? Anyway. Good morning and welcome to another weekend vlog. I'm starting this one on a Friday because it is Easter bank holiday weekend. Or at least we hope it is. We're lost track of days. Maybe you should be at work.
No.
We're just eating breakfast, having a cup of tea, and then I'm going to start a few Easter things because this week I haven't really done much Eastery. I was going to plan to do a few things throughout the week, but I thought I might as well just save it for today. So I'm going to decorate the Easter tree thing that I cut last week, and then we're also going to be making some cakes. So we're going to eat our breakfast, and then I'm going to get on with that because Nathan is currently downloading. Is it Final Fantasy VII Remake? So we'll probably lose him to that for most of the day. Even though there's so much gardening to get on. Although we can't do as much gardening as we thought we were going to do because somebody left the weed membrane that I keep talking about off the actual list to be delivered tomorrow.
Luckily we found some.
We found some, but not, and we don't know if it was enough. But we'll see how far we get with the garden this weekend. And I'll show you a bit later. We've done a few things during the week, but not too much. Okay, so we had a few stability issues because this is only tied up in here. It does like to move around a bit, but I really wanted to use this jug. So, right there? Waiting for you.
Gonna go for a quick shower, I think.
Okay.
You want to know how nice it was?
Yeah, so these are some of the decorations I made last year. So, they've cracked a little bit, but just makes them rustic, right? This is my favourite, the blue and white one. And then last year Mum got me this little decoration. Oh, wait. There you go. So Mum got me this decoration last year, and she got me a little glass egg. There you go. So she got me those two, and then the rest, these ones I made, and then these ones I got from a pack out of Sainsbury's, I think it was, and then they were on offer and I just painted them. So that's my Easter tree, and I've got Peter Rabbit sitting there watching the world go by. We've got our rainbow up, and I've just given this little plant a little trim because she's doing quite well. This is one of those plants, again, you get in Sainsbury's. It's like for £1 in a tiny little pot. It starts off with one stem, and it's the only thing I've ever kept alive that's like from that sort of thing. And then this one over here, oh, I've put Chuk Chuk up here as well. And I trimmed our jade plant back, like she was like up here, but just so bendy and straggly. So to try and reinforce and grow sort of down here, I chopped her all off, and I was a little bit worried because it was a serious haircut. But look at these! I'm well pleased. So I think that's a really good spot for her because it gets quite sunny in this bit in the afternoon. So Nathan's gone for a shower because his game's still updating. I had an update or something before we can play it, so he's been very excited about this. So I do think I'll lose him for quite a while, but we've got quite a lot of gardening still to do. But the weather's not, it's meant to be quite good today, but it's been good all week. But looks a bit cloudy at the moment. So now the Easter tree is ticked off the list. There's one other Eastery thing that I wanted to do today, and well, actually. While we've got a little bit of time, I'm going to show you what we've done in the back garden. Okay, so this here is a pile of weeds that we've dug up. Weeds and roots. Loads and loads and loads and loads of roots. That have come from here. So this week we've dug all the way along this trench under the door, and all this bit, de-weeded all this bit. This was meant to have been like the drainage, but when we came, or when we bought the house, it was just full of mud, and we had those torrential storms when we first got the house at the start of the year, and it just flooded the garden because this bit wasn't draining properly. So that was one of the important jobs to get done. I really haven't decided. This is what the rest of the garden is, pretty much the same state. I had to do some filming for work, so I had to clear an area there. But yeah, otherwise we haven't done much this week. The plan for this weekend is to get the shed in its final position. Hopefully we'll have enough weed membrane to put down here, because the shed's going in this area, and then move a lot of this gravel to the back, so that can be, that's where the sun is in the evening, so that can be our dining area, or like social area, depending on what furniture we get. And then that will start to clear hopefully some of this gravel, and then we can plan where we want our like lawn piece to go and some flower beds. But I thought I had an idea in my head that that's the way I wanted it to look, but I've been on Pinterest this week, and so many more oh, it's gone really dark. So many more ideas have come into my head, and now I have no idea what to do. Sometimes I think the garden is smaller than it is, and sometimes I think it's bigger than it is, so I fit too many like ideas in. And I'd like to get sort of gardening properly, so I'd like quite a lot of flowers, but then also I really want a garden with quite a main part of it as being the lawn, so we can sort of do things out there. I think as a kid, when we got rid of our lawn at home, I really missed it, so I want to make sure a good chunk of it is still lawn, but then I also want some sort of interesting features as well to make it to look pretty, not just one of these gardens got a lawn and a shed at the end. But so we've got a massive, this is the only, we made last year, we made Easter cakes out of what they called shredded wheat, but this is the only cereal we could get at the time a few weeks ago. Rice Krispies, so going to make Rice Krispie cakes. And then over here, we should hopefully be able to put these hooks up this weekend as well, because Nathan's got the drill bit he needs. Got some chocolate eggs. So I wish I could say that these were plastic free, because last year I hunted everywhere and they were sold out in all the plastic free bulk shops, and this year I said I'd be early and go and get them, but these are just what we got in an Easter egg that we may have already eaten. This is a packet of mini eggs, and there's some M&M sort of mini egg style ones at the bottom that we had as well. So I'm going to use those Rice Krispies, and I'm just going to do the classic simple melt chocolate, mix the Rice Krispies in, and put some Easter eggs in. Right, I've got some. Normally I bought, let's see if I can find these silicone cases, which have been amazing. They've worked really, really well. We've used them a couple of times, but I have got cases to use up that look a little bit more Eastery. So I think we'll use those ones. Let's go for these little ones. So I said earlier we're going to bake some cakes. We're really not going to bake cakes. It's like the simplest cake recipe ever. And then what else was I? Oh, I know. I was going to also, we bought some, so we're vegetarian, so we can't have marshmallow, so we can't do Rice Krispie like marshmallow cakes, but apparently I've seen a lot of recipes that use this marshmallow fluff, which is actually, well, it's gluten free as well as it's vegetarian as well. I think it might be vegan. Is it vegan as well? I don't think it actually says. Oh no, it's got egg white, so no, so it's vegetarian. So I was going to try and maybe do a recipe in the future with the Rice Krispies and this, to see if I can make the same sort of thing, or even like a Rocky Road type thing. So I used to make, well, I call it fridge cake. I used to make fridge cake. This is really dark. Sorry, apologies. I used to make fridge cake all the time, and I haven't done since we've been vegetarian because the marshmallows that are vegetarian are so expensive. So anyway, let's get melting some chocolate and making these. Okay, I've just turned the heat off. I poured the water to begin with and then just kept it ticking over by putting the gas on. But I've turned it off now because it's nearly melted. And then what I'll do is I'll keep it on the heat while I'm putting the Rice Krispies in to keep it melted until they're all covered. So let's add some Rice Krispies. Oh my gosh, I could just eat that really. But I always try and add a few more Rice Krispies than you think are going to get covered, because you always find that they will actually just cover. Right, I'm going to transfer these into the cases and then pop the eggs on. Okay, so that made more than I thought, and I've still got a little bit left over, and I wasn't sparing in the cases. So we've made 24 cakes, and I used 300 grams of chocolate. So I'm now going to put these into the fridge to let them set, and then that's done. We may or may not eat the contents of the bowl. One down, a few to go.
Cheers. Hey, what do we do?
Started painting the fence. I did start recording it, but the camera decided it didn't want to, and I think it'd be hours and hours of time lapse. So, but then got interrupted. So we started again. We moved the shed, so it's out of the way. And Nathan's levelled the bit for the shed tomorrow, and then we've levelled, sort of smoothed this bit over, so we can now put the weed membrane down and get some stones on. The time's just gone 5 PM and I think we're done. Nathan unfortunately is on call at the moment for work, so he had to like depart for a couple of hours this afternoon to do something with that, but I'll show you how far we have got in the garden, although it's sort of looking a little bit more like a mess, but we're getting there. So we have started to pull apart the wall around here, which is all this rubble here. We're thinking we might have to get a skip. We've started to clear some of this gravel, although it doesn't look like it. So we've got gravel over here now, which is looking good. Along here. And then I've painted, this is where obviously the shed's going to go, so I painted this panel brown. We'll paint these ones, but because these are in better nick than the other side and we don't want to run out, I'm going to continue on the other side. But painted these ones green, which we didn't think I was going to do, but we only had a certain amount of each paint and we didn't want to run out, so we just got to use what we've got on it. But actually I quite like the green. So yeah, and I've started the brown here. Nathan was pulling a tree out just down here, so I had to jump over to this one. But I'll finish off this tomorrow. What? It was on?
Yeah.
What does that mean? What does that mean it was on?
On at the wall.
Oh. Does that matter? Does... Oh. But yeah, so we've put most of the gravel that we'll need on this bit. It will just be a case of tomorrow finishing the paint, doing the shed when the sand delivery comes, and pulling this back more to finish the gravel area, and start putting the bed in and pathway. The trouble we've got is there's a lot more gravel, even though we knew there was a lot of gravel. Oh, I've got to go sort my hair out. There's so much more. We don't know where we're going to put the excess gravel while we need to put the bed in and the pathway, because at the moment it's in the way. But what are you doing?
Sorry?
What are you doing? Right, I need to go inside. I've got paint on my shoes. I've got grit in my toes. Oh my god, I'm absolutely covered in paint. I don't know if you can see my arm. But I'm absolutely covered. So I need to go and at least get changed before I start tea. Okay, so I've just chopped up some veg to go in a pan to be roasted in the oven. Nathan's doing some couscous. We're doing more than tonight, so we've got some leftovers for tomorrow. And then I've got some halloumi to fry and fry it? Yeah. To fry and make yummy to go in a couscous salad. Okay, just got my words there. Right. Oh. Peppers. They're in there.
Oh right.
Oh yeah. No. Just took the veggies out halfway to just toss them about in the oil a bit, and look what I found. I forgot to take the label off. See, this is why there shouldn't be plastic on peppers. Oh, it's hot. 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 Hot! Oh dear. So we ended up making a lot more couscous than we needed, but we'll have that. That would go to waste. We'll have it as leftovers. Do you mind making so much noise?
No.
I've already put that in it. So couscous, roasted veg, and really nice. Look at that. Pigtails. The thing is totally fallen out. Anyway, we're going to eat this, and then we're going to have a night of playing games. We're a bit obsessed with Diablo at the moment, so me and Nathan have been playing that. And then Nathan's playing on the PlayStation with one of his friends later as well. So not much more to report on today, so we'll see you tomorrow.